Hey everybody, this week's Torah portion is Parshas Vayigash, and in this week's Parsha, Jacob and his family decide to go down with the entire family to Egypt to spend some time there because there was a famine in their land, and the only place that had food was Egypt. And since Joseph had been living in Egypt and had food and provisions for everybody, they decided to join him in Egypt. Now, what's interesting is right before they went down to Egypt, Jacob sent Yehuda, one of the brothers, ahead of him down to Egypt to start a yeshiva. And the reason is because Jacob wanted to make sure that by the time they got there, there was already a Torah presence. The heart of the Jewish people is the Torah. So in order for them to have that Torah presence there, they wanted to make sure that even before they got there, there was already something there. Now, what's curious is Yaakov's choice of Yehuda as the one to start the yeshiva. Now, we know that each brother had a different role to play both in history and as part of the Jewish people. And Yehuda's role was that of the leader. Now, there was somebody whose role was the Torah scholar, that was Yisachar, and there was the Torah teacher who was Levi. However, the one he sent down to Egypt to start the yeshiva, which would be the center of Torah, was neither the Torah scholar nor the Torah teacher, neither Levi nor Yisachar. It was Yehuda, and you have to wonder, why is that? Why would you send the leader to start a yeshiva when you should really be sent to keep the leader with the team? He needs to lead, and let the guy who's in charge of the Torah go down to start the Torah. You would never start a space exploration with somebody who wasn't an expert in that field, and similarly, you wouldn't start a yeshiva with somebody who's not an expert in that field. Now, all the brothers obviously study Torah, but this was not his specialty. So why send Yehuda? And our rabbis tell us because there was something very important that the Jewish people had to realize. They were about to be going down to a very spiritually dangerous place. And in order to survive, it was critical that they maintain a strong relationship with the Torah, they maintain a strong relationship with studying the Torah. And everyone's going to have an excuse, and a great excuse and a great reason why they're too busy to be involved with the Torah. So what did Jacob do? He sent the busiest man in the entire Jewish people, the leader of the Jewish people, and said, you're going to go down and start the yeshiva, so that when everyone sees that the leader does it, they'll say, I have no excuse. If he's the busiest man on the planet for the Jewish people had to be going down and spending time studying Torah, then everyone else also has to be doing that. Because leaders lead by example, not by what they say, but by what they do. And that was really why Jacob decided to send Yehuda, because he wanted to send the message that the most important people in the Jewish people, the leader of the Jewish people, is going to be the one to do the most important thing, and that is to show the connection of the Jewish people to the Torah. On behalf of Makar, have a Shabbat Shalom.